I am 92 years old. Look at my hands. Look closely. These hands are not smooth. They are maps of a different world. These knuckles are swollen from arthritis, yes, but underneath the pain there is bone that has been hardened by 70 years of labor. These hands have held a rifle in the freezing mud of Korea while bullets whizzed past my ears like angry hornets, buzzing with the promise of death. These hands have dug foxholes in ground so frozen that the shovel sparked every time it hit the earth, and my fingers bled until the blood froze to the handle. These hands have built a house from the ground up, swinging a hammer under the scorching July sun, until the blisters popped and turned into calluses that were hard as stone. These hands have carried the casket of my best friend Johnny, who died at 23, blown apart by a mortar shell, never knowing what it was like to grow old, never knowing what it was like to hold his own child. Now look at your hands. Look at them, soft, smooth, lotioned, manicured. The heaviest thing they have ever lifted is a smartphone. The biggest struggle they have faced is typing a furious comment on Twitter because someone disagreed with your opinion on a movie. The deepest cut they have felt is valid only in a video game. I am not saying this to be mean. I am not saying this to mock you. I am telling you this because I am terrified for you. I am trying to save you. Because the world I see today terrifies me more than any war I ever fought. Not because of nuclear weapons, not because of climate change, not because of politics, but because of the people, because of you. You are fragile. You are glass figures walking in a world of hammers. You are snowflakes trying to survive in a blast furnace. You are built for a world that does not exist. A world where feelings matter more than physics, where intentions matter more than results, where safety is guaranteed. I see young men fall apart because their Wi-Fi is slow. I see a grown man throw a tantrum in a coffee shop because they put dairy milk in his latte instead of oat milk. I see young women have a breakdown because someone left a mean comment on their photo. I see a generation that treats discomfort like it is a fatal disease. You have allergic reactions to difficulty. You treat a flat tire like a tragedy. You treat a rejection letter like a death sentence. You treat an opposing opinion like violence. I'm stressed, you say, clutching your chest. I'm overwhelmed. I need a mental health day. Son, let me be the one to tell you the truth your parents were too scared to tell you. You don't need a mental health day. You need a reality check. You need to wake up. My generation didn't have mental health days. We didn't have safe spaces. We didn't have trigger warnings. Do you know what we had? We had D-Day. We had the Great Depression. We had hunger. Real hunger, not I skipped lunch hunger. I mean the kind of hunger where your stomach eats itself, where you look at a stray dog and wonder if it's edible. We boiled shoe leather just to have something to chew on. We shared a single potato among a family of 5, and we didn't complain. We didn't post about our trauma on the bulletin board for everyone to validate us. We swallowed it. We turned it into fuel. We kept moving because if we stopped moving, we didn't eat. If we stopped moving, we died. But Frank, you say, that's unhealthy. You bottled up your emotions. That's toxic masculinity. You should have gone to therapy. Maybe we were hard. Maybe we were cracked. But we survived. We built the roads you drive on to get to your therapy appointments. We built the hospitals you were born in. We built the power grids that charge your phones. We built the freedom you use to complain about us on the internet we invented. We built the foundation of the safe, comfortable world you live in. And now you sit on that foundation and cry because the pillow isn't fluffy enough. You are standing on the shoulders of giants, and you are complaining about the altitude. You have become addicted to safety. You have been raised in a bubble wrap of participation trophies and safe spaces. From the moment you were born, you were told that you were special just for existing. You were told that your feelings matter more than facts. You were told that if something upsets you, it is violence. You were told that the world should adjust to you, not the other way around. That is a lie. That is a dangerous, poisonous lie. And I am here to pop the bubble. The world does not care about your feelings. It never has and it never will. A storm does not check your credit score before it destroys your house. A virus does not ask for your pronouns before it infects your lungs. An enemy soldier does not care about your childhood trauma before he shoots you. The market does not care about your passion before it bankrupts your business. The world is a cold, indifferent, and brutal place. It is beautiful, yes, but it is savage. And if you walk into it thinking that you deserve to be comfortable, you are going to get crushed. Nature has no mercy for the weak. The gazelle that limps gets eaten. The tree that cannot bend in the wind snaps. You are weak because you have no resistance. You have removed all the friction from your life. Muscles only grow when you tear them. You have to lift a weight that is heavy enough to hurt. You have to push until your fibers scream, "I can't." And then you push one more time. That is where growth happens. Then when you rest, they grow back thicker, stronger, prepared for the next load. If you lift a feather, you stay small. If you lift a pillow, you stay weak. If you only do what is easy, you will be defenseless when life gets hard. Your character is the same. It follows the same biological law. You need resistance to grow a soul. You need to fail. You need to fall on your face and taste the dirt. You need to be rejected. You need to be cold. You need to be tired. You need to have your heart broken and feel like it will never beat again and then realize that it is still beating. You need to be humiliated and stand back up. But you avoid all of that. You have engineered your life to avoid all pain, all risk, all discomfort. You swipe on dating apps to avoid the risk of walking up to a girl and getting rejected to your face. You hide behind a screen so you never have to see the look of disinterest in her eyes. You curate your profile to look perfect so you never have to be vulnerable. You order food delivery to avoid the stress of cooking or going to a store or talking to a cashier. You pay a surcharge for laziness. You block people who disagree with you so you never have to defend your ideas. You live in an echo chamber where everyone tells you you are right, where everyone reinforces your delusions. You have created a digital womb where you never have to grow up. You take pills to numb any sadness, any anxiety, any feeling that isn't pure happiness. You think sadness is a malfunction. Sadness is not a malfunction. Sadness is part of the human experience. It teaches you what matters. You are building a life of zero resistance, and as a result, you have zero strength. You are a hothouse flower. Beautiful perhaps, but frail. If you are taken out of your controlled environment for 1 second, if the temperature drops 1 degree, you wilt. You die. I see it in your eyes when I walk down the street. There's a panic there, a constant low-level buzz of anxiety. Why? Because deep down under all the filtered photos and the bravado, you know you are imposters. You know that if a real crisis hits, not a Twitter crisis, but a real one, where the lights go out and the food stops coming and the violence starts, you would not last 3 days. You know you are prey, and that knowledge eats you alive. The ancient Stoics had a word, or rather a concept that my friend Nassim Taleb calls anti-fragile. It means something that gets stronger when you hit it. A candle flame is fragile. The wind blows it out. A forest fire is anti-fragile. The wind makes it bigger. It feeds on the chaos. A hydra is anti-fragile. You cut off one head, 2 grow back. Your bones are anti-fragile. They get denser when they carry weight. You need to become the fire. You need to become the hydra. You need to become a chaotic force that welcomes the storm, not a delicate flower that fears it. How? How do you undo 20 or 30 years of softening? First, stop playing the victim. This is the sickness of your age, the victim Olympics. Everyone is competing to see who is the most oppressed. Everyone has a diagnosis. Everyone has a label. You wear your trauma like a badge of honor. Look at me. I have anxiety. I have PTSD from a bad haircut. I am neurodivergent. I am an empath. Stop it. It is pathetic. It is weak. It is boring. Taking the role of the victim feels good for a moment. It is intoxicating. It absolves you of responsibility. It's not my fault I'm a failure. It's the system. It's the patriarchy. It's capitalism. It's my parents. It's the boomers. As long as you blame something else, you are powerless. You are admitting that you are a leaf in the wind with no agency, no will, no control. You are a passenger in your own life. The moment you say, I am responsible, you become the driver. You become powerful. Even if the situation is not your fault, your reaction is your responsibility. Maybe your father was an alcoholic. That is terrible. I am sorry. Really. But if you are 30 years old and still using that as an excuse for why you can't hold a job, that is on you. Correct the error. Break the chain. Be the father you didn't have. Don't repeat the cycle. End it. Be the one who stops the bleeding. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. Victimhood is a lifestyle, and it is a lifestyle of losers. Winners take the hand they were dealt and play it to win. Losers fold and blame the dealer. I want you to try something. I want you to make yourself uncomfortable on purpose. Prove to yourself that you are not made of glass. Prove to yourself that you can take a hit and keep standing. Take a cold shower, not lukewarm, cold, freezing. Turn the knob all the way to blue. Stand in it. Your brain will scream. Get out, it's cold. This is stupid. I'm going to die. Your heart will race. You will gasp. Stay. Breathe. Control your panic. Force your breathing to slow down. Tell your brain, I am in charge here, not you. It is just water. It will not kill you. When you step out, you will feel alive. You will feel electric. You will feel like a warrior. Why? Because you conquered your own weakness for 5 minutes. You told your brain no, and your body listened. You won the first battle of the day. Go to the gym and lift something heavy, something that makes you grunt, something that scares you a little. Squat until your legs shake. Deadlift until your calluses tear. Feel the iron. The iron doesn't care about your feelings. The iron doesn't lie. 200 pounds is always 200 pounds. It doesn't care if you're sad. It doesn't care if you're tired. It only moves if you are strong. Have a difficult conversation. Look someone in the eye and tell them the truth, even if it makes your hands shake. Break up with the girl who is using you. Ask for the raise you deserve. Tell your friend he is being an idiot and ruining his life. Conflict is not abuse. Conflict is how we find truth. Conflict is how we maintain standards. If you avoid conflict, you are avoiding reality. Do hard things. Not because you have to, but because you need to train. You are training for the day when life punches you in the mouth. And it will. Life hits harder than any boxer. It will drop you to your knees. It will take your job. It will take your health. It will take your loved ones. I remember when my wife, Eleanor, lost our first baby. It was 1954. We were young, we were hopeful, we had painted the nursery yellow, we had bought the little clothes, and then silence, no heartbeat. The doctor's face went pale. I was a young man. I was devastated. It felt like someone had reached into my chest and ripped out my heart. I wanted to crawl into a bottle of whiskey and never come out. I wanted to scream at God. I wanted to break things. I wanted to give up. But I looked at Eleanor. She was broken. She was a ghost. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at nothing. She needed a rock. If I crumbled, she would drown. If I fell apart, we would both be lost. So I stood up. I went to work the next day. I cooked the meals. I cleaned the house. I held her while she cried for hours every night. I swallowed my own grief, compacted it into a tight ball in my chest, and I carried it. I carried it so I could be strong for her. I absorbed the shock so she didn't have to. That is what a man does. That is what a strong woman does. You become a shelter for others. You become the lighthouse in the storm. You don't add to the chaos. You absorb it and radiate calm. You cannot be a shelter if you are a pile of rubble. You cannot help anyone if you are drowning in your own tears. You wonder why you are lonely. You wonder why you can't find a partner. Weak people are repulsive. Nobody wants to be around a complainer. Nobody wants to be around a victim. It drains energy. It is exhausting. Strength is attractive. Competence is attractive. Resilience is sexy. People want to be around someone who can handle a crisis. Someone who doesn't panic when the check engine light comes on. Someone who creates order out of chaos. Someone who says, I got this, and actually means it. Can you say, I got this? Or do you need to call your mom to make a dentist appointment? Or do you need to check Google to see if you can eat a raw carrot? Grow up. Put away the video games. Put away the porn. Put away the excuses. Put away the childish things. The world is getting harder, not easier. The economy is shaky. Society is fractured. The soft times are ending. The long summer of the last 70 years is coming to a close. Winter is coming. Hard times are coming. And hard times require hard men and hard women. If you are a snowflake, you will melt. If you are steel, you will shine. You have ancestors who survived the Ice Age. You have ancestors who fought tigers with pointed sticks. You have ancestors who crossed oceans in leaky wooden boats, not knowing if they would fall off the edge of the world. They survived plagues, famines, wars, and winters without heat. They buried their children and kept planting the crops. Do you think they were stressed about their likes on Instagram? Do you think they had imposter syndrome? Do you think they worried about microaggressions? No, they were too busy surviving. They were too busy living. They had purpose because survival is the ultimate purpose. You have wolf blood in your veins. It is there, buried under layers of domesticity and comfort and sugar and dopamine. But you are acting like a poodle. You are barking at shadows and waiting for someone to feed you. You are shorn and pampered and weak. Wake up the wolf. Start today. Do one thing that sucks. One thing you don't want to do. Clean your room. It's a mess. Create order in your physical space. Run a mile. Your lungs will burn. Good. Let them burn. Feel your heart pounding. That is the feeling of being alive. Read a book instead of watching TV. Make your brain work. Wrestle with difficult ideas. Apologize to someone you wronged. Swallow your pride. It tastes bitter, but it is good medicine. Forgive someone who hurt you. Drop the baggage. Walk lighter. Build the callus, not on your hands, but on your mind. Build a mind that is a fortress. A mind that can sit in the cold and not shiver. A mind that can hear an insult and not react. A mind that can face tragedy and not break. I am Frank. I am 92. I will be gone soon. My time is done. I have fought my wars. I have built my house. I have loved my woman. I have paid my dues. But you are just starting. You have a whole life ahead of you. Don't waste it being afraid of the cold. Don't waste it being a victim. Don't waste it being soft. Embrace the cold. Embrace the pain. Embrace the struggle. It is the only way to feel warmth. It is the only way to feel joy. It is the only way to be free. Now stop crying, wipe your face, stand up straight, shoulders back, chin up, look the world in the eye, and go do your work.